my thought crew, my army, my squad, my team. What's up? Glad y'all are back. Thank you for the support. I apologize if there is an annoying bird in the background, because it just keeps coming back right outside my window sometimes. So that's my bad, if you keep picking up on that. I don't know how to edit that out, and I don't have a soundproofed room yet. Well, kind of, but not like professionally soundproofed. So, it's kind of what I have to deal with, but sounds pretty good. Anyway, thank y'all for all the support. Again, just to make sure y'all know where to follow me at, go to... Oh, big news. We're on Stitcher, officially on Stitcher now, iTunes. Gotta do SoundCloud, gotta do that today. My website's up. You can find me at my website, it's kind of a long one. It's scottsthoughts.wordpress.com, just like it's spelled. THOUGHTS. You can find it on my Instagram, which is just Scott's Thoughts Podcast. Kick, you can talk to me, text me. You can DM me on Instagram, do whatever you want. But Kick is Scott's Thoughts. My Snapchat, which is a good time, is Scott's Thoughts, but instead of spelling it normal, it's THOTS, like my bitches, like my hoes, like my following. Boom, that's how you find me. Okay, I'm way too antsy because it's not Halloween yet, and that's the best holiday of the year. Nothing even comes close to me. Halloween, that's the shit. Just fucking candy, crazy ass costumes. I mean, what gets? I just feel like a little kid every time. Horror movies are all that matters, and I fucking hate haunted houses. I love horror movies, but I'm so fucking jumpy. I can't do haunted houses. But fuck, it needs to be Halloween. It need that goddamn bird. I hope that y'all don't hear that. I don't know if y'all can or not, but I can, and it drives me insane. Nah, but Halloween, I can't wait. It's best holiday. And so, in honor of that, let's fucking talk horror movies, bitch. Let's do this shit. I love to hear y'all's discussions. I'm going to give 5 of my favorite horror movies. They're not in the top. I can't list them. But I'm going to give you my 5. And then y'all can tell me what y'all think from there. And I want to go see the new It. Have not seen it yet. I need to go see it. Because I would like to review that or talk about it. That Mother movie, if y'all have seen the previews for Mother, holy fuck Christ. That movie looks good. I don't like unnatural movements, weird things like that really fuck with me. Like The Visit, a lot of people shit on it, but that movie will fuck me up because it's unnatural, where she's like scratching at walls or crawling under the house, or where she's sitting in the chair just laughing. Those things fuck me up so much because it's not normal. You shouldn't be sitting in a corner laughing in a rocking chair talking about the deep darkies and all of that. I can't handle it. It's so fucking weird to me. So in Mother, in the preview, in the trailer I've seen, it's all these people walked into her house, and then there's just a flood of them with headlamps on at night walking towards their house. Oh, dude, I wouldn't. I'd shoot myself. I think I'd panic. I'd see that, and I would just shit out my eyes. That's what I'd do. I'd shit out my eyes, and then I'd kill myself. Or I'd get naked and start jerking off. Get one last one in, because I'm fucking gone. It's my only thought. But Mother looked fucking good. Happy Death Day. What is it? Is that what it's called? Happy Death Day? Something? That movie looks pretty good. And the new It. I didn't like the original It. But the new one, I've heard very good things. And I'm excited to see it. But, without further ado, my 5. And I've got so many favorites, but I'm just giving you 5 that I can think of that are just, oh shit. Okay. The one I remember watching when I was 7 years old. Horrible parents. I remember watching The Exorcist when I was 7 with my dad. We sat down and watched it. And, dude, Alfred Hitchcock was fucking right to make horror movies about birds, because fuck birds. I now just have a deep... There's a fucking nest, like, right outside of where I record this. It's just chilling. And the little fucking bitch bird just squawks every now and then. And then there's a dog in the neighborhood that it's frustrating. And I have fucking that, what is it, misophonia, whatever, where it's weird, sounds just piss you off. That's how it is. People smacking, I cannot stand if you smack food. Oh, shit ball. That's a whole new episode. I could go into a fucking rage, just blood red mad of fuck. Okay, horror movies. Sorry, 7 years old. The Exorcist. Worst movie choice to show a child at 7. Fucked me up, but it probably made me like horror movies so much. Dude, for being made in 1974 with there's no CGI, you got to do that shit. There's no movie, I think, that just capped that. The first time you see it, it doesn't matter if it's 2017 when you saw it or 1974, or how many horror movies you've seen in between that. When you see it for the first time, it makes your fucking skin crawl. It's not every day, and it has set the bar. There's no demon possession movie. They're all ripping it off, and I love demon possession movies, but they will never top. No one went as fucking crazy with that. The director, especially, making the way they had to film that with their breath and all the cold, so cold in the room, they had to put their sound stage and their set in a freezer and then turn it all the way down. So everyone in the movie and the production crew was all getting sick and getting pneumonia and shit because that's how they had to film it. And that's risky. And Linda Blair, it's well known that the machine that makes her bed rock and throws her up and down fucked up her back for life. But all of that it just accumulated into a badass movie. But that one, it sets up kind of slow, but when it gets going, dude, it is going. You cannot get the image of a 12-year-old girl stabbing herself in the vagina with a cross, going, fuck me! And then making your mom go in there and lick me! And then, scarring. As a 7-year-old, I don't know what she's doing, but I know it's fucked up. I know it's not right. And then just, do you know what she did? Your cunty daughter? Worst, I remember getting a portable DVD player for Christmas when I was 7, and I had The Exorcist, and I watched it on Christmas Day, and that was a very weird time for me. Nightmares ever since, not ever since, they stopped eventually, but consistent nightmares. And for the time, the special effects with the makeup, and it's such a, it's so iconic. And you want to talk about the worst sequel of all time, hands down, Exorcist 2 might not even be the worst sequel of all time. It might be the worst movie of all time. That was a shit show. But the first one, holy Christ! I had to start the list with that one because that one set me up at 7, just to have this huge influence of horror movies. Another one I watched at that same time, that same day, was The Omen. My dad showed me Exorcist and The Omen back to back. Again, probably not the best move, but The Omen, again, the unnatural thing where she's on the roof and she goes, Damien, this is for you, and she hangs herself. I get chills to this day when I see that, because I don't deal with goddamn. So The Exorcist, I'm gonna have to, my next one, my favorite director of all time, especially in horror movies, Eli Roth. He crushes that shit every time, in my opinion. Just destroys it. And Hostel, dude. The first Hostel movie was unlike anything I'd ever seen. It came out in 2006. I was 10. I got to see nipples, vaginas, sex, and all kinds of gore that I could not even fathom at that point. It was mind-blowing to me, man. And that's what I get the most fear out of. Unnatural things are terrifying, where if I just saw someone standing in a corner, I'd be freaked out. But the fact that you could actually get kidnapped and get tortured, and the fact that there are people crazy enough who would pay $50,000 to just see what it's like to torture somebody, is fucking nuts. People would do that. People have done that. Look at history. That's the thing. You can look back to the 15th, 16th, 17th centuries. People are doing all kinds of fucked up stuff to people. And that's just because. That's the time. That's what they did. That's how they handled people. Now, you pay to do it, and you could get chained up in a chair. You get lured by these hot girls. You go fuck them. Next thing you know, you're drugged. That movie, I was going to say it did like what Taken did for girls traveling in Europe, but it wouldn't change. If you were a dude and you were in a country and some other guy said, "Hey, you want to get some pussy?" You'd probably go chase it and then get killed. You'd fall for it every single time. There's no dude to be like, "Oh, watch hostel. I'm not supposed to go there." You would test your luck at that hostel. There'd be some dude who's like, I can handle it. I think I can get out of there. But the gore, I'd never seen gore like that in my life. It was mind warping to just see someone's eye get burned with a torch and just cut off. And the second one that he followed up with was just as good, in my opinion. I love them. But I'm also biased. I loved Cabin Fever. I loved Clown. I loved Green Inferno. But Hostel, that one set the bar, man. It's got everything. It's got fast-paced nightlife at the beginning. It's really bright and colorful. There's sex. There's everything. Then it just does a shift to Fucksville real quick. And next thing you're getting boo food and then getting your hand cut off. And you don't want... And the part most people think the part that's the creepiest is when he's talking to the guy upstairs and he's like, "Why'd you fucking kill him? I want to feel that fucking rush. I just want to kill him. How'd you do it?" And but the part to me is whenever the first guy is attacking the main character, Josh, and he's hitting him with that trowel-looking thing, that hook, and as he's doing it, you can see him hyperventilating while he does it because he's really excited and nervous at the same time. And he's just, oh, that's so terrifying. It's like you're anxious whenever you play sports. Like you go out for a sporting event and you're nervous, or if you're walking to a fight, you're terrified, but you do it anyway. It's that's the kind of rush that dude was feeling. Is like a fighter feels when he goes to a cage. That dude was feeling that, but as he's stabbing another person. And then Eli Roth, the only haunted house I'd ever want to go in was the Goratorium that Eli Roth made in Las Vegas, and it fucking closed. But he's just a mastermind, man. Being underneath Tarantino and learning from him, shit. So, Hostel, The Exorcist, another classic of mine, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Again, saw it as a child. The funny thing about that is people think that they consider it a slasher and it's a blood and guts film and it's gory, and there's hardly any blood in that movie if you watch it. There's really not. Whenever she gets hung on the hooks, there's really no blood. When he gets hit with the hammer, there's no blood. There's a few parts that have blood, yes. But it's not gory. It's just unnerving. It's the part where she's in the room full of bones and stuff, that's just terrifying and creepy. But that first kill where he's walking in the house, hello? And you just see a hammer just come out of nowhere and crack, drag him in, slam the door. Cutscene. You have no idea what's happening next. You're left just hearing the sound of a dude get hit with a fucking hammer. So ungodly hard out of nowhere. Ooh. And the thing that pissed me off about that movie is that fucking handicapped son of a bitch. Most inconsiderate, annoying motherfucker in a movie. I have never wanted someone to die in a movie more than I wanted fucking Franklin in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to die. I get it, you're in a wheelchair, but you also came on this road trip. We live in a 2-story house. You're doing this, but you've been handicapped your whole life. But now this whole trip, Sally, why don't you take me anywhere, Sally? Why don't Sally? And he does that thing for 5 minutes where he's going to him every time they try to talk to him. Oh, Sally, why don't take me, Sally? Why would you do that, Sally? Oh, poor me, Sally. Dude, I had a standing ovation when he got a chainsaw through the fucking chest. And then, okay, so their friends are gone. It's Sally and the handicapped dude, Franklin. They're chilling. And they have to go look for their friends because it's night, and those people went to look for gas, couldn't find them. They all haven't come back. So she says, I'm going to go look for them. He said, take me with you, Sally. They have to go up and down a ditch and through a rocky wooden grass trail. Bitch, you're in a wheelchair. Sorry, but I'm not lugging your... I'm a 110-pound girl. You're a 210-pound man. I'm not trying to lug your ass up and down a ditch through a trail in the middle of the woods at night. Fuck you. Sorry, but I'm sorry. You shouldn't have came on this trip. Sally, take me with you. Don't leave me here, Sally. Sally, just take me with you, Sally. Sally. fuck you. You would have been left right there. But you know what? It kind of worked out in her end because it was kind of a shield. But in reality, fuck you. You're staying at the truck. I'm not pushing your ass. The most inconvenient person in a horror movie ever. Fucking so glad when he died. That's not even the creepy part. That's just fulfillment for me. When they bring the dad in and they've got the girl captured and all her dead friends are lined up around the table and they're trying to keep the hammer in his hand to hit the girl in the head, but he can't hold on to it, and they're just laughing and laughing and laughing. It's almost like they went and got real serial killers and an inbred family and then just filmed them, because it is so real. I can't tell that it's fake. It is so unnerving with the hammer and but that's the thing. People call it a gory movie, but in reality, it's not that gory. It's just unnerving. And that was the first kind of wave. You had like The Last House on the Left. You had stuff like that. But that was the first kind of independent, in quotes, horror movie where it's a lower budget. And it just started a massive wave. And Tobe Hooper's career took off. Rightfully so. But the 70s, the early 70s, and the 70s in general was my favorite time for horror because you just had so much good shit coming out. You had, like I said, Last House on the Left. You had all the Wes Craven films like that, like Hills Have Eyes. What was that fucking other one? Obviously, he had Nightmare on Elm Street. But then you had Halloween come out. John Carpenter came out, and then they dropped Friday the 13th. And that's a low-budget film on based off Halloween, in a sense, inspired by that. You got Evil Dead. It's just, shit was dropping at such a fast rate. Obviously, you had your big box office, like The Exorcist. The Shining was in 1980. You had your big movies, but you had this independent resurrection of just Texas Chainsaw Massacres, Last House on the Left. Those are my two staples. Obviously, I keep repeating them, but it just created a whole wave of shit. And Tobe Hooper is a genius with that movie, with what he was able to do. Just that opening credit sound with that sound, it's like a violin or some shit, and there's that flashing lamps like weep every time. Yeah. Number 4. I think this is my 4th one. The Strangers. Son of a bitch. Okay. That came out when I was 11 or 12, I believe. I think I was 12. And I went and saw it in theaters with my mom. And fuck my ass. I should not have done that. To this day, I don't like to watch. I don't have nightmares. I don't get scared anymore. By the time I was about 17, 16, horror movies never freaked me out. I liked watching them, but once they were over for me. I didn't have any sort of underlying fear or anything like that, or nightmares or hearing sounds. But that one still makes my skin crawl, and I'll still think there's people in my house after I watch that movie. I don't like the idea of someone being in my house without me knowing it. And obviously I would never know until it's happening. But that, the masks, the amount they just fuck with them, where they knock on the door. Is Tamara home? No. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, bye. She leaves. Husband leaves. Comes back, knocks on the door. Is Tamara home? No. And just banging on the door harder. And then you see the dude appear in the background, but then he just disappears again. He could have killed her right there, but he doesn't. And there's just all this loud commotion, banging, yada, yada, yada on the windows. She opens the window, sees the mask. The husband comes back, or fiance, whatever. Supposed to be fiance, she turned him down. Fuck you. I ain't saving your ass. You rejected me. Bitch. I hope he kills you. I'm in cahoots with them. I hope they win. But he comes back, then they start fucking with him, and then as they're chasing him and fucking up their truck and doing all this, they show that they're in the house. He puts on a record player, and it just starts playing when they're hiding in the closet ready to try to hide and attack. And it starts playing just to show, we're here, bitch. We got you. And they have those creepy motherfucking masks. Holy shit. And the worst part to me, you go through all the. I'm trying not to just do a whole breakdown of the movie. I don't want to give every scene, but there's the fuck. They have some creepy shit in that movie. At the end, where they ask, "Why are you doing this?" They're all tied up and beat and everything, and they just answer, because you were home. What? What? As a 12-year-old, I'm like, I go home. I have a home. I'm home. Fuck! Shit! In my ass. I'm home. They're home. I'm home. Someone can come to my home and fucking gut me. Because why? Because I'm home. I guess I shouldn't be home anymore. But then, I don't want to be wherever I'm going either. Because what if it's because you were here? I'm like, well, fuck! And then dead. Fucking... Oh. And I was 12, and I remember I came home, and my mom dropped me off. And I was home alone the rest of the night. Fuck me. I did not sleep any that night, dude. Every light on. Oh, God. Cartoons playing in every room. That was always my go-to. Cartoons in every room. Shit. That was nightmare fuel, man. That to this day is nightmare fuel. I think there's someone in my house right now. That's how much that fucks with me. I'm looking at every room. Fuck that, dude. I don't... But there's a part where I think they could have won if they would have just nutted up. So they're hiding in their closet with a gun because eventually this dude has to come around this corner because there's only one way in. There's no other entrances. There's no windows. It's a closet. So then their brother comes in, unbeknownst to them. He shoots his brother. So now his brother's dead. He shot him right in the fucking face. And then they decide, we gotta get out of here. And they run to the shed and try to do all this shit. But, here's what I say. Your brother's already dead. Sorry, that sucks. But you're gonna be upset about that anyway. If you try to get out and run and go find someone else, you're probably gonna die. So, you have a box of ammo. Get back posted up in that closet and wait again. Just wait. Because you can't bring him back. And you looking for people is going to kill you. So you got to sack up, accept that you just shot your brother, and then stay there and wait. Because they're still there. Just because your brother's dead doesn't mean they left. So I think that was a horrible move on their part. But I digress. I've never been in that situation. That's the other thing. It's like an armchair quarterback. Like I've never played in a fucking Super Bowl. How can I criticize what someone does? I've never been in a situation where 3 masked people tried to kill me. I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I have an idea. But when that happens, I don't want it to happen. But so that was 4. So I got The Strangers, The Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw, Hostel. It's my last one. I need one more horror movie that is just... You know what? I'll put one on this list that I just watched recently. It was a movie called Creep, and I really recommend it on Netflix. I was skeptical at first because the ratings weren't good and it looked like another typical Netflix, straight to Netflix movie. But holy cockballs, I have seen it 4 times within the last week. Oh God, it's so unnerving, dude. I can't really ruin this one because it's still kind of new, so I don't want to spoil it. But it's about this dude who hires a guy to film him because he's dying. So he wants to film him, like that Michael Keaton movie, My Life. I don't know if y'all seen that amazing movie. Decides to film that he's going to die. And he takes this dude on so many weird twists and turns, man. Watch it. That's all I can... I'm not even going to break this movie down. Watch it. It is so... unnerving, so unnatural, so weird, and the acting is phenomenal. It's phenomenal acting, and they're coming out with the second one next year, and I'm beyond psyched. So you know what? Don't put that one on my list. That's a recommendation. Watch that shit. Just watch it. Oh, good God, that movie. There's a scene where there's a guy standing in a doorway, and he's shaking his head. And oh my God! Again, this is something that could really happen to you. You take a job as a photographer. Next thing you know, you're in a shithole. And the twists, there's a lot of twists. Like as it goes, you're like, "What's happening? What's happening? I got it. No, I don't. I got it." And whoa, God damn! It's kind of like a found footage, but not really. You'll find out why when you watch it. Why it's kind of like a found footage. So. I guess I'm not gonna put that on my list because I can't break it down too well. But I'm trying to think of one more that I can just off the top of my head that gets me. That not necessarily gets me, but I just loved. My first favorite scary movie was Freddy vs. Jason. It came out in 2003. I was 7. Loved that movie. Still love that movie to this day. I think it's well written, and a lot of people shit on it. But I love Jason. I love Freddy. I've got all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I own all the Friday the 13th, which get out of fucking hand. Let's be real. Jason X. Jason goes to hell. Jason takes Manhattan. Jason tries to find a parking spot in a parking lot. Jason gets a Big Mac at McDonald's. Jason goes to South America. Jason on spring break. Jason in London. Jason Christmas vacation. Like, God damn. Why do you got so fucking many Jason movies? And then you got Nightmare on Elm Street. It's like, Freddy, Dream Warriors. Freddy, Dream Master. Freddy, Dream, fuck yeah. Freddy, Dream Army. Freddy, Time to Dream Again. Freddy, Dream Clan. And I'm like, oh my god, the dream is over. Freddy, just kidding. Back to dreaming. How many things do you have to name Dream? And then Wes Craven came out with New Nightmare. That was good. I'm hard picking my number 5. There's so many good horror movies. But one I'm about to... Alright, I'll say it. I'm going to get shit for it, but fuck you. I'm also going to get shit for this. It Follows. Worst movie ever made. Saying it. Worst horror movie. There's obviously B movies that are terrible, but that one was meant to be like not a B movie. Horrible. Fuck that movie. So many plot holes, so many inconsistencies. Well, it's supposed to be unnatural and not have a time frame and this and that. No, the most inconsistent entity ever in a movie. No. I shot it in the head earlier, didn't die. Now I shoot it in the head and it stops chasing me. All these kids are doing this shit. We're at a pool now. It walks so... God damn it. Okay, the movie I like a lot, and I've seen it so many times, and everyone's gonna be like, the fucking movie sucked, bro. The Carrie remake? Bruh. Chloe Grace Moretz fucking killed it in that movie. Julianne Moore, that one dude who played the dying kid with no legs or whatever in Fault for Our Stars, or Fault in the Stars. I love that movie. I cried, but Fault in Our Stars. I don't remember his name. Oh, I loved that remake more than the original. It's very rare that I like remakes, but that one fucked the other in the ass. It was so good. The acting, and everyone... the acting was phenomenal in that movie. Julianne Moore was the perfect crazy mother. She's just banging her head against the wall, putting her in the closet, and Chloe Grace gives that stare. Dude, I love Chloe Grace Moretz. That's just a side note. But the looks she can give, that evil, innocent... It's like an innocent face, but it's evil at the same time. And Sissy Spacek did a good job at being weird as fuck, but Chloe Grace Moretz brought a whole different type. She wasn't weird. She was like everyone else, but no one liked her, and she was... she looked like everyone else, I should say. There was nothing odd, but she crushed it in that movie. Whenever she puts the mom in the closet and she's choking her, and she's like, "No, Mom, I'm going to that dance." She delivers it so... She delivers that movie so well. And the character, the Fault in Our Stars guy, I don't know his real name. Really good actor. I want to go see that Baby Driver movie. Looks really good. He does so good in that movie where he's starting as the joke, but then he kind of falls for her, and you're going to have a good time. And then you can see how happy she gets and how happy he is. And everyone's happy, and she looks beautiful. And then that goddamn Sue Snell fucking gets that bucket of blood, fucks her up. And then shitstorm. And that's why I like Carrie, because she just is the best, because there's no pity. Most people in movies, they get their revenge, and then they have like some sort of sympathy, and then it comes back to bite them in the ass, and they die, or this, that, and the other. Not Carrie, dude. Carrie had her last straw snapped. You killed my boyfriend. Or my date. Fuck all of you. I'm locking doors. She's locked all the doors, just frying bitches. Throwing wires, setting a bitch on fire, everything. Everyone's dying. You don't have a goddamn chance in hell of getting out of that bitch. Sue Snell thought she did. Fuck your face. She's taken off, and you just see bloody fucking Carrie, fire behind her with the just snapping her neck, just fucking looking like, where's this bitch? Where's that fucking skank at? You about to get fucked. You know who the real winner is? The girl that didn't go to prom because she was trying to be nice to Carrie? She's the winner. Your boyfriend's dead, but you're not. She kind of won that one. Good for her. She was nice. But the bitch-ass Sue Snell, she's going to drive away with her boyfriend and get away. And, well, I'm driving. And Carrie's just fucking looking at her, just staring. He's like, hit that bitch. Hit that bitch. Carrie had other plans, son. You about to hit an invisible brick wall. Goddamn Green Lantern's got a hold of your ass. Crack! Goes through the windshield, goes from 90 to 0 in an instant, and just fucked up. And Carrie's like, fuck you, you dumb motherfuckers. And she just exacts the best revenge. Like, I Spit on Your Grave. I should have put that one on there. Does that count as a horror? I don't know. I love that movie because she gets fucked up, she gets raped, and comes back on a fucking revenge tour from hell, dude. No sympathy. The special needs guy's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I know you are. Fucking psych. Dead. Right out the gate, you're like, oh shit, there's no sympathy. She already killed the special one. Fuck. That was nuts. And then the rest, you just know it's coming. And that one dude, she's got a fucking woodcutter, or not woodcutter, dude, I sound like a dumb shit. What is that called? Whatever, man. It's fucking giant ass clippers. And hedge trimmers. And he's got it around the dude's dick, and he goes, fuck you. Bitch, that's the wrong time to say fuck you to anyone, is when they got something around your dick. And just, fuck you, crack, rips it off, shoves it in his mouth. And it's just a hellstorm from there, man. I love it. Especially knowing people that have been affected by that sort of things. Not getting a dick cut off, but the rape. I don't know anyone who's had their dick cut off and shoved in their mouth. But to see that, and then to see the whirlwind that she goes on. Oh, it makes... And then at the end, she just gives a crooked little smile. And she's like, goddamn right, I fucked up everyone. Same thing with Carrie, dude. No pity. She was so happy, the best day of her life. Then all of a sudden, boom, boyfriend's dead. Uh-oh, door's locked. I'm covered in blood. All of you are dying. Sorry, but you all are. Every last one of you. I don't know you, but you're dead. I don't know you, but you probably laughed at me. You're dead. All of you dead. And I'm not even gonna shed a tear and wait till I get to that bitch Sue, because you damn right I will. She does. Okay, so those are my movies that I love. I can't rate them. I don't know what order I would put them in, but I love those movies. And I have so many more I love. By the time it gets to Halloween, dude, I'll be talking about horror movies so much. But, yeah, my recommendations if you've never seen them. Exorcist, Strangers, Hostel, what was the other one I said? I just blanked on my other one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. The others are pretty good. There's one called The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey, and he's got like a fucking electronic leg. Horrible movie. Don't watch that one. The remakes that have came out are pretty good. I liked Carrie. I liked I Spit on Your Grave. Creep, dude. If you don't do anything else, go to Netflix, watch Creep. Oh, I can't recommend that movie enough. It is legendary status with me. So, let me know what you think. What are your favorite horror movies? What horror movies got you going? What did you like? What has inspired you? Because I love horror movies. I like to write. I write horror movies. I want to make one. I have it written out. I just have to make it. I gotta get the camera and stuff. And I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. But that's the thing about life, man. I just like to do as much as I possibly can. I like to dip my hand in as many pots as possible. I like to do podcasts. I fight. I like to make movies. I like to write poetry. I like to write novels. I like to do this, that. I like to work on cars. I'd like to just do as many things as possible before this life is up, because you're gonna die. So do as much as you fucking can. And who knows, maybe it blows up, maybe no one gives a shit. But the thing is, I made it. But anyway, I love anything horror related. I love that. So just I can't wait till Halloween. That's it. I can't wait till Halloween. But yeah, let me know what y'all's takes are. Maybe What's something that's scary to you? To me, it's unnatural movements or weird things where someone walking backwards downstairs. Fuck that. If I see someone doing that, I'm hitting them out of just panic and fear. People that walk in a beeline with nowhere to go, but they just walk past people fast, I'm done with that. Fuck that. Those kind of things fuck me up. What fucks you up? See, because demon movies, I like watching them, but they don't mess with me. They don't bother me. Maybe that's what gets you. I don't know. Let me know. We can have a discussion. We have an open discussion. You go to my website. We can talk about it. Go to my Instagram. Comment. You need to go to iTunes if you have iTunes. Which I thought a lot of people did have iTunes. I was trying to tell my friends, go on iTunes, check it out. I don't have iTunes. What? That's the biggest. iPhone's the biggest shit in the world. iTunes is the big. And you don't know. Why does no one have it? Granted, I don't have it on my phone, but I have it on my computer. Anyway, go to iTunes, Scott's Thoughts. You can go to my Instagram, Scott's Thoughts Podcast. Go kick me, Scott's Thoughts. Snapchat, Scott's Thoughts, but it's spelled THOTS. You can find a link to my website. Keep up with me there. You can keep up with the podcast. You can talk with me. But let's get a discussion going. What's your favorite horror movies? Talk about what you like, what you don't like. Let's get it rolling, because this thought army, it's got to grow. What are we going to conquer if we don't have any thoughts? Let's get it growing. Let's talk. Message me. Talk to me. I'd love to talk. All that. And that's what I got to say about that one. That's my top horror movies. That's my thoughts on it. So, my thoughts. Keep thoughting it up out there. Grow the army. Grow the squad. Subscribe, rate, comment. I'm also on YouTube. But, go to my Instagram. Follow me. Listen to my podcast. Spread the word. Alright. Those are my thoughts.